Hi, today we're going to go over a video that I'm going to call How to Debug Twilio SMS Sending Issues or Receiving Issues. So a couple of things. If you are in a situation where you're not getting text messages to come in or you're not getting text messages to come out, let's take a look at how we can debug those issues. So let's just take a moment and pretend that in my case, my issue is with my account called High Level. So I'm going to go in and let's imagine for a moment that when I'm coming in here and I'm actually sending text messages in, so I go in and I try to send out a text message. Let's pretend for a second that even though it says right here that it went out, I'm not getting it and I'm not able to get it back. So what's going on? Well, let's take a look at what the common issues could be. So the first thing you need to do is you need to log into Twilio. So once you've logged into your Twilio account, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go find the sub account that belongs to the account that's sending out. So how do we do that? So up in the top right hand corner, you can click this gear wheel and then you can click sub accounts. Now, oftentimes you'll have a lot of sub accounts, and so you need to figure out which one we're talking about here. So going back into High Level, we can see that the account that we're going to look at is actually called High Level. So we're going to switch back into our agency settings. We're going to go into Settings, Twilio, and then we're going to scroll down and we're going to find the High Level account. Here our High Level account is, and we can see that the account ID is this long alphanumeric string. So we're just going to copy that value, go back into Twilio. We're still in the sub accounts menu. Right up here, we can just search that down and hit filter. Once the filter is complete, we'll see that there's our sub account, and we're going to want to go over and hit view sub account. So now at this point, we're in the Twilio account for this particular account. Since we're talking about sending out text messages, we have to look for the phone number that we're using to send them. So what we'll do is we'll click the phone number icon on the left-hand menu, or if it's not there, we'll go to the circle with the three dots across, and in here we'll search phone numbers, or we'll click phone numbers. Once we've located the phone number that we know we're sending out on, we'll go ahead and we'll click on that phone number. Once the phone number loads, we're going to want to start to look at a couple of things. So in our case, actually, I'm going to use this other number as an example. The first thing we want to look at is, are these URLs correct? So when a call comes in, you should see this value here. And when a message comes in, you should see that value there. If you don't see either of those values, that means that those messages can't come back into High Level. And so there's probably a problem there. The next thing you need to do is you want to click on the messages log. So when you click the messages log, do you see messages going in and out? And do you see messages going out that match what it is that you sent? Now keep in mind, by default, it's only going to show you outgoing messages. You can also switch to incoming messages, or you can go over here and click View All Messaging Logs, in which case it'll show all of the ins and outs regardless. So now let's take a look here. If we see that we sent out hi, which we can see right here, we know that it's coming from the number, our Twilio number, and it's going to our cell phone number. So everything there looks really good. And of course, in our case, we know it's working. So, but let's just imagine for a moment that you came in here and you don't see your message anywhere. Well, what that should tell you is that we're not able to get to Twilio. So let's take a look at what might cause that. So go back over to your home here. And the first thing we need to do is we need to make sure that our account SID and our account token are correct inside High Level. So we'll first go back in and we'll take a look and see, does this value match that value? It does. And then does this auth token match that auth token? And in our case, it does. So that's what's going to allow us to actually send messages in and out. The next thing we need to do is actually go back into the location and check, is our phone number listed in there? And does everything there look good? So we'll go into settings, we'll go into Twilio, or excuse me, phone numbers, and we'll see, is the number that we're sending out listed? Is it listed as it marked as the default outbound number? And of course, if it hasn't, you can mark it and then you can save that. So at this point, what should happen is messages should be coming in and going out. Now, a couple of caveats here. Did you buy the phone number through High Level? Did you come up here and add the number here? If not, and you bought it outside of High Level, be sure to open a support ticket and let us know, and we can hook up the number to our system on the back end and get it working. But that can and will generally cause an issue. Other than that, everything should be pretty straightforward at that point. So hopefully this video has helped you kind of debug some of these issues. And as always, we're here to help. So if you need anything, just reach out and we'll jump on a support call and get it figured out for you. Thanks so much. Have a great day.